everyone. This is David Arlant of Gen Xer Reacts about our good friends at the Greater Idaho Movement. This is a little bit of a continuation on a video that I will post down below about a man from Greater Idaho named Jason Mills, who seems to be a pastor, and he has a lot of very weird theology behind him. Now, I graduated from a private Christian university, Pacific Lutheran University in Tacoma, Washington. I got my degree in nursing, not in theology. So I am not a pastor. I am not qualified to be a pastor. But Jason Mills, if you click on his name, you can go over to his Substack, and then you can go over and check him out at his Foundation Bible Church. Well, here is their leadership, and here is Jason Mills. Talks about his wife, Lisa. Before Jason became a pastor, he served as a police officer for 17 years. There's nothing wrong with that, but usually, like in my church, you had to have a minimum of a master's degree, preferably a PhD, in some sort of theology, okay? And you had to go to seminary school. Nothing about Mr. Mills' CV suggested that he's done that, either one. But I digress. If you click on his Our Beliefs section, now this is where we go off the deep end. We're talking about signs and gifts, and speaking in tongues, basically, is what we called it. I guess nowadays only the pastors are allowed to speak in tongues because it was making the sermons go on for far too long and people were getting bored and dropping out. But the role of men and women. The husband is to be the gracious, loving head, and the wife is to submit to her husband's leadership. Again, he is to be in charge, and no matter what he says, you woman had better obey or you're going to hell. And we're going to go on a little bit more, like critical race theory is Marxism. Only two genders exist, and sex should be only between one man and one woman for the purposes of procreation. But here's another one, civil government. Okay, that governing officials are to be prayed for, conscientiously honored, and obeyed, except in those things opposed to the will of our Lord Jesus Christ. In other words, if we say so, we who have no degree in theology, who have no study in a seminary, if we say so, you have to march off to your doom because, well, we just say so. We won't go off to our doom, but you better. Okay, so here is another good kicker. Mr. Pastor Mills, sorry. I went and I looked up on a website, and I had to do a little bit of creative editing. I got tired of looking at all the symbols and everything. But here we have James Earl Mills, same wife, same telephone numbers and everything. And this criminal record goes from 2001 to 2025. You say criminal record for a former cop? Yes, that's exactly what I said. We have Jason Earl Mills, that's the head up, violating a speed limit, Multnomah County, violating a speed limit, Multnomah County, Class C violation in Multnomah County. Here we have Jason E. Mills, a descriptor, failure to carry proof of compliance in Multnomah County, violating the basic speed rule in Multnomah County, failure to carry proof of financial responsibility, your insurance card, that everybody knows you have to obey the speed limit and you have to carry your insurance card with you. That is Basic Law 101. That's put in everybody's driver test. And someone who's a cop for 17 years should know better. Multnomah County Courts. Multnomah County Courts, we have Clackamas County Court. Class C violation, Clackamas. Here we have another violation failure to carry proof of compliance, violating the basic speed rule, another offense violation, and another offense. Those both were in Multnomah County. Boy, Pastor Mills, you seem to break the law an awful lot for a former cop. And that's just going back to 2001. I wonder if we went back further, what else we might find. But this is what Greater Idaho has as their leadership team. Just make sure you women, you obey your men, or according to Pastor Mills, you're going down below. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hope you all have a blessed rest of your day.